This week, I was at Taco Tuesday at my favorite Mexican restaurant, and I bumped into a realtor there that I'd never met before. Guess what happened? So it's really important when you're trying to flip a house or wholesale a house or find deals to talk about what you do. I ran into a realtor that I had never met before, and we were just talking. I asked her what she did. She said, "Oh, I'm a licensed agent." Well, I'm looking for a house to flip right now, specifically in Columbia, Tennessee, maybe Spring Hill, Tennessee, or around that area. And she said, "Oh, I actually know of a property that I showed to a couple investors already. They didn't love the property because of a few things." So I asked her what was going on with it. I asked a bunch of details. She said it has some foundation issues. It is not been occupied for a while. There's a lot of problems and issues with the property. It needs a lot of work. I said, yes, I will take a look at it. She sent me the listing. I went through it, looked at it. It looks like the ARV, the after repair value, running the numbers are pretty high. There looks like there could be a margin depending on repair costs. So she asked if I wanted to see it. I said yes. The problem is my wife and I are flying to Fiji today. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send my COO Blaze to go take a look at it. I'm gonna send the video team and they're gonna videotape it so I can then go through it after. And we're gonna show this to you now.
Hi guys, my name is Risha. I am with Real and the In Tennessee show. We are in Shelbyville and we're about to check out this 1900 house. It's pretty wild. So come check it out. Behind the house, there's this, I guess they call it a carriage house. I would probably turn it into a wine cellar. It's the original structure, and then you actually walk down into it. And I haven't been in there yet because it is kind of creepy. I'm not really sure. There's also a 1-bedroom cottage. It also seems like it's original. Now I know this property needs a lot of work. Blaze is gonna walk you through it so you can see what the rest of the house looks like.
All right guys, so I'm in here in Shelbyville. Bill sent me to this place to come look at it. Seeing as how it's my first potential flip, he wanted to really throw me in the weeds and send me something that is absolutely insane. So why don't you follow me? We'll take a look. I have Chris with me as our video guy. If you want to see some of the outside here, it's in a pretty rough shape. Take a look at the roof, siding. All right, so we think that this is an extension right over here. It was disclosed that we might need to replace the entire foundation, but this is definitely going to be a pretty large project. All right, so we come in here to our beautiful foyer and we'll hang right and see what we have to look at. All right, so far not so bad. A little bit of damage on the ceilings in here, some mold on the chest, so there's definitely something going on in the air. Floors are kind of pitched, and this is definitely giving some concerns about the foundation in here, but it's a pretty cool area. Now, the interesting part about this house is right in here is a Y2K shelter. So these people that owned this prior set this up, and I'm gonna send our brave videographer, Chris, into there to see what he could try to capture. Definitely ideal for anybody that wants to partake in serial killing or just be safe. So here's our kitchen right here. Again, definitely dated, but doesn't look too bad. Could easily be renovated, remodeled, all that kind of stuff. So now we get into where it gets a little bit wonkier. Potentially some additions in here. We have a little washer and dryer. Then we have first of a couple of covered porches in here. I would say probably like 6'8" in here. Looks like it's set up for a wood stove or something like that. Covered porches that's had some serious damage in here. Obviously these are fake bricks, significant water damage. All right, so now we're gonna come back through. Here's where it starts to also get entertaining. Low ceiling covered areas. That takes us into, first of all, our guest bath, which is beautifully done. We see that the shower is actually coming apart from the roofing in here. And then we're gonna go into what is most likely the master bedroom of this house. I was told that the 4-post bed here is included, so that's a major selling feature. And then we have a fireplace in here, plenty of firewood, and that leads us into our carpeted master bathroom. This is pretty interesting in here. Our closets do not go to the ceiling. There is some gap up there. We have a standalone shower, a very odd jacuzzi tub area that faces directly outside. So we believe that this area is permitted. It's definitely an addition, but we would obviously have to check before we move forward on this. This is a decent amount of square footage. Now we're gonna head upstairs. So we'll head into the first of the bedrooms, which is actually a pretty decent size. But some possible water damage up here, paint's peeling, some issues in the closet. But again, really good size room. And then we head into the other one, which is a little bit rougher. Got some major damage on that wall over there. Set up for another gas stove, or I'm sorry, Yeah, stove in here. And I don't know if there's a light in here. I don't believe that there is. We were told there's some super expensive lumber in this little attic down here. If you could just try to take a look. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see anything. We weren't able to really tell what it was, but to the right buyer, it could be something worth some money. All right, guys, so there's a couple of ancillary buildings in this property that I want us to take a quick look at. First of all, we have this carriage building, potentially good in-law quarters or guest suite, something like that. The main concern is it does have some water damage in there, and by some, from what I've heard, it's a lot. So we'll just pop in there, see what it looks like, and give you all a little taste of what's to come. All right, let's hop in here. All right, it looks decent at first glance, but it does smell pretty rough. So you have some kind of a little sitting area in here and almost kitchenette. And by kitchenette, we have a sink and like 3 cabinets. So back here we have a simile of a bedroom. It's in pretty rough shape. Yeah, definitely rough shape. All right, guys, 2 more buildings. We have a really nice oversized garage here, one of the high points of the property. So we'll take a quick look at that. Exterior definitely needs a little bit of work, but I popped inside here a couple minutes ago and it wasn't too bad. So we got the lights on in here already. And if nothing else, it's big, no insulation, but also doesn't really need that much work. The rest of this are early 1900s or earlier. All right, so as the little horse statue here shows, we do have a pretty nice horse barn. That's probably one of the nicer parts of this place. There's a lot of horses in this area, walking horses. So Shelbyville's kind of split into 2. It has a lower end section, then it also has this very high-end horse community. I haven't taken much look at here. There's a pretty big hornet's nest, and I think I'm allergic. I haven't been bit before, but my dad was in the hospital for like 5 days from a bee sting. So I'm gonna be kind of cautious when we go in here. At first glance, it looks nice, decent shape. Obviously nothing's been done to it in about almost 20 years. So yeah, pretty standard area in here. If you look up at that light right there, there's a ton of hornets. If you look at each of the bays, the actual structure is in really good shape. It was like there was like a groundhog or something in here that was digging everything up. So it would definitely require some work. All right, guys, so that's the tour. Some really cool parts of this, some scary parts. It doesn't take a lot of money to fix this property up, but there's a ton of potential. So my next steps are gonna talk to Bill. We'll go over what we saw today, try to come up with an ARV on this, see some comps in the area, see what we could actually get back for it, and stay tuned. We'll see what happens from there. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.